Hello and welcome. My name is Campbell and this is Spiral Up channel, where we talk about everyday practical things we can use to improve our lives and get more of what we want. And of course, what else could I talk about? It's the 5th of January 2021 when I'm recording this, and we've all just been through the strangest year ever, and it doesn't seem to be over yet. So just wanted to talk about 2020, 2021, and what are we going to do? So let's get into it. So, 2020, the year of perfect vision. What a ride, hey? We started off the year with Australia burning. The east coast of Australia was on fire. It was sending smoke around the earth. There was almost a war. They were trying to push a war narrative with North Korea and the US. And those things seem so far away, don't they? After what we've all experienced. And of course, what have we experienced? What's been going on here? Basically, those who wish to control us have put down their hand and they've basically come out and said, now we're going to control you. And what happened is they have always controlled the narrative. Okay, we know this. They own and control the education system, the media, movies, all the governments, law enforcement, academia, medicine, food, everything. They've taken control, and so they have been really controlling our lives without us knowing. What we've had is, the gilded cage syndrome. We've thought we were free, or many people thought they were free. And last year they found out they weren't. Because the police were locking people in their houses, mandatory masks, you know the deal. And we also saw a lot of tyranny coming out in the behaviour of police and what was going on and how they were treating the people they were supposed to serve. So we got a new perspective. We got our 2020 vision for sure. In 2020, as long as you were paying attention, you saw something. And this is what's gone on, is so that there is a group of people, and they are not us, because humans are good beings. We're heart-centered. We don't want to start wars. We don't want to see people go without. We don't want to see people starve. We don't want to see people hurt. But everything about the society, the cultivar, the culture that we've come out of, was about that, wasn't it? It was about control. It was about controlling our food. It was about everyone has to work, and if you don't do what you're told, then you'll live in poverty. It was about, the most innocent and vulnerable, of our species being attacked, our children, and through every aspect, education, food, and of course, much more nefarious things, which has also come out. And so what's happened is these, let's call them parasites, because that's what they do. They live off us. They're like the middlemen. They don't create anything. They can't create anything because they're not creative, and that's why they don't like us. They're analytical, so they're not stupid, but they're not like us. They don't understand us, and they don't understand creativity. So they have a playbook which they have been running over and over and over, and that's all they've been doing for the last, at least couple of thousand years. And it's worked for them because they've installed the narrative and how we see the world. When they tell us, this is how the world works, we were believing them. But what's happened is now it's become very apparent that most people have raised their consciousness or their vibration, and because we've done this, we can now see what they're doing. They're still actually doing just the same stuff that they were doing 2-3 years ago, but now it looks so much more blatant and so much more out in the open, but it's us that have changed our perspective. We're getting a bigger viewpoint. The veil is lifting. This is what 2020 was. Obviously, in their eyes, there was something else. They had another agenda, which I won't go into, but I'll just say it's 2021, Agenda 21, guys. That's what 2020 was about. So now, luckily for us, they have failed. So don't stress. They have failed. They're not going to win. A lot of people I know are saying, this is going to go on until, March, until the end of the year, even to 2024 is the predictions of craziness. I don't see that. I see the craziness getting pretty crazy. But I see things changing pretty quickly. And this, again, has to do with us. The world around us will change as quickly as we change. The faster we change, then the faster what we see will change. This has all got to do with us and perspective and how we're looking at the world and what we really want to see. So standing here at the start of 2021, it really is so important for us to know what we want and to have true intention. Because as we've noticed, as we've learnt last year, most of our intention, our goals, what we thought we wanted, were actually implanted into us through the media, through school, through all these things. Because, people have goals like, I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. Now, those goals didn't exist 200 years ago because those jobs didn't exist. People didn't, just want to have a job. They wanted to do things that fulfilled their spirit. They didn't just want to hoard money and get a job that got them money and, a bit of prestige. But of course, in the world that we've just come out of, that's what this has all been about. It's all been about prestige, money, obeying the system, and joining in. And if you did that, then you did all right, You could get through, but if you shun the system, it's much, much harder, and that's by design. It's the Mr. Smith complex. Everyone around us, they always pull us back into line, don't they? When we try and have a different thought, walk a different way, they're like, no, don't do that. You're crazy. You're crazy. So this year we really need to make sure that what we're thinking and what we're intending are our thoughts. Not what job can I get, but what kind of life do I want to design? What kind of life do I want for my children, my family? Where do I want to live? What kind of food do I want to eat? Do I want to grow my own food, or do I want to keep eating processed food from these multinational corporations? What is it that you want? Do you want more time for yourself? Because that's something else that we learned last year. We've got time to think. We've got time for ourselves. Many people use that time really well. Others watch Netflix, which is a shame, but, we all started to learn how important our own time was and our own thoughts were, and we need to continue down that path, because that's the path to the world that we're going to create, that will be best for us, that will feed and nourish us, not the world that we've kind of come out of, which was only designed to feed the parasites and to put us down. And it was only through conforming that you were able to, exist really at all. But that's all changed. We're now in a new age, guys. It's the age of Aquarius. And if you think things haven't changed, if you think that something didn't happen over, the last year or so, then maybe look around, because this is what's happened. The vibration's risen in us and the earth. And because these parasites aren't, they're not us. They're not from the same place we are. They're not heart-centered beings. So they didn't raise their vibrations. And so we've now got what I call helicopter view. It's when you go up above and you look down, you get perspective. Take yourself out of the picture and have a look. And that's what we've got. And we're seeing how really evil and corrupt these so-called rulers have been the whole while preaching that they're doing it for our good. So the world has changed majorly, guys. And this year is going to be a year where what we do as a people, as men and women, how we act, how we use our thoughts, what we focus on, is going to be huge. It's going to create the world that we're going into, and the world that we all want and deserve. And so that's really what I wanted to say in this video is spend some time, reflect. You don't have to jump straight into 21, especially after 2020. Take a week off, take a few days off at least. Get a pencil and a pad and write down what you want. What's your ultimate lifestyle? What would your perfect day be like? Where would you be living? Who would you be with? What's the climate? Do you have a job or not? What do you do for fun? What fulfills you? What do you do with your time? So away with this, I work 40 hours a week, and so with the leftover time, I would like to do this, and I can fit this in, but then I've got to wash dishes and feed. No, forget all that. Just from dot, what would be the perfect day? What would you like to be doing? Where would you rather be, and what would you rather be doing? And build a picture around that. Get detail into it. Build the movie in your mind. Smell it. Feel the wind on your face. See the colours. Hear the sounds. And build that up. And when we do this and we start to focus on what we want and we put that intention in, then what we want comes out as the world. Because what we've learned last year is what was happening is they were literally controlling our thoughts. And this is where the creators goes. We create reality through what we focus on with our thoughts. And they know this. That's the power. We're the power. And that's what they were controlling, our power. Through the media, they were making us think what they wanted us to think. They were getting us scared and living in fear and giving us all this crap about war and, the bomb and global warming and economic, resets and stock markets going up and down and poverty and rising ocean level. Just fear. Keep you in a state of fear. You can't think properly. And they actually like us in that state because they can feed off our energy. That's right. These people are not humans. Let me know if you want me to get further into that topic. Because it's something that a lot of people are probably now ready for. They weren't a year ago. I can definitely tell you. January 2020, people weren't ready to hear that we were ruled by parasitic, non-human entities. But I think, seeing what's gone on, people are open to this, and a lot of people are even talking about it. So that's what's happened, guys. More than one species down here. We're the good ones, by the way, and this is our place. This is our home to turn into the paradise that it should be. And that's what it should be, and that's what it would be if we were using our own intention and our own thoughts. But like I said, that's their power, is to control our thoughts, and they do that through education. The media, the news, all this kind of stuff. They get that, and only certain books are printed. Not every story that's written is printed as a book, and we're not, we're given access to it. They choose what stories we get. They choose everything because they've got themselves into such a position of control. But they've also, because they're so limited and they're not creative and they can't change their rule book, that's their Achilles heels too. Their greatest strength is also their greatest weakness, and it's exposed them. They are falling. They are reeing. They are, the wicked witch of the West, melting and screaming as they die. But be assured they are dying. That they're gone, and they know they're gone. We've just got to see this through. We're just going through the physical play out of this whole sort of transfer of energy through the ages. And, we've just got, how interesting is some of the names out? Trump card, Biden his time. It's just, that all this spelling stuff is just coming out too, words and wordplay and spells and all this stuff, because that's how they control our thoughts as well. If you control the language, then you control the thoughts. So big year. We just had a massive year. We've got a massive year coming forward, and be happy, guys. Think from your heart. Make decisions from your heart and intend from your heart. And like I said, spend some time working out what it is you want. What's the world you want to create? What's the future you want for you and your family? and write it down, build the movie and start working on it. And together we can change this world so quickly. So quickly, you will be amazed. A couple of years, this can be the garden again. It really, really, really can. Because all that these parasitic controllers have ever done is taken away from us. We put in our effort 100% and they cut it to 20%. They just take, and they don't give anything. And so it's time that they leave and that we enjoy the fruits of our labour and the fruits of our intention. So there you go. 2021, big year. Don't take it seriously, but take it. Definitely take it with intention, I guess. Make sure you know what you're focusing on and where you're headed, so that you will actually end up somewhere that it is your intention and not the intention of the parasites, because that's what they've had for so long. But now it's time to build our world, guys. We've seen their world, didn't work, didn't like it. Let's build something much better. All right, welcome to 2021. Welcome to the new age. Thanks for spending some time with me. Of course, we all know what's going on with YouTube, so I'm going to keep this channel going as long as I can. I don't think I'll get many hits on this channel as far as strikes, so it should be here. But I also will start uploading these videos to another platform like BitChute, just in case, because we're going to see some crazy stuff. All right, guys, thanks for spending some time with me. Hope you have a spectacular day, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.